Chipinge yazviita yarova Chigananda. Muri Zimbabwe tiri kuti makadi muri Zimbabwe kusangana zvekare pano pachivhitivhiti chenyu patinokupai nyaya nemalatest updates anenge achiitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Nezuro ZANU-PF legislator wekuChipinge akarohwa nematombo kumatezva primary school mushure mekunge anga aenda ikoko achinoita zvecab 3 ndonyaya yakamutemesa. Mota yanga ainayo yakatemwa pahwindo rekumberi zvekutoti vanhu ivavo vaitoda kuuraya munhu. Asi according kuvarakashi vari kutaura vachiti yesterday ZANU-PF legislature for Chipinge Central Constituency, Honorable Raymond Machingura was attacked at Matezva Primary School on his way from Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 Grassroots Engagement Program, which was at Mutandawe Primary School. It is highly suspected that the culprits are thugs hired by opposition members of the parliament for Chipinge South Constituency, Clifford. Right. Kana vari ndo vaatakwa vanotanga kutofungidzira kuti opposition ndo yaronga izvozvo. Ko what about ma citizens? Akaudza kuti ma citizens ari kuda cap 3 ndiani? Hapana, ndo nyanga taiti kuonesei kuti pane Chigananda chakarohwa nenyaya cap 3. Vanhu havasi kuda chinhu ichi but vanhu vari kufoseredza vanhu veZANU-PF. So ndo mamira akaita situation munyika. Ndo mamira zvakaita. Tinonga tichitaura kuti zvine hondo mukati zvivarakashi vanenge vasinganzwi. So ndo mamira zvakaita tichakusiyai makateera kubva kumakomrades edu pano.
First person who, when you were speaking about how do we tackle this, and I was very explicit to saying we shouldn't be going to ask for a referendum. We should fight for this thing to say in totality, even from initiation, it is wrong. You are here now speaking the same thing. How am I counterproductive to what you're saying when you are now speaking the exact same thing?
No, we speak about
that
what
I
you
said
spoke
in the
about
beginning.
tonight, not what you spoke about back then. Talk
Yes.
about what you spoke
So
about
how
tonight.
can I be saying that you are not doing the work when I'm saying now you are speaking the thing that should have been spoken? So we have moved. We have moved the arrow to now going to the real issue of the bill in itself, in its initiation, in how it presents itself and what it eliminates is incorrect. So now we are on the agenda to denouncing this whole thing from where it comes from. We had a discussion with you when we were speaking about look at what ZANU-PF is doing. There was a singling of clauses within the bill. And we were saying we shouldn't get
I got you. Okay.
to that. So where have I been counterproductive to that? When now the narrative is changing towards the correct narrative of arguing this thing. So don't change the narrative
I got
when
you,
it
Masi.
suits.
I got you. Unfortunately, that's not what you spoke about today. But I get what you're saying, that if we take where you started, days before and on other platforms, you were basically saying, let's denounce this thing outright as outra varis. I agree with you. I'm with you. I wish you had made that argument here now this evening, because I got a bit confused by your message this evening. And I think JD also got confused. Hence, he came to say, but what are we saying then? Because we seem to be mixing issues. We want to break this thing now, CAB 3, but we seem to be bringing in general. We seem to be bringing in how he's part of the problem, but yet we are fighting CAB 3. And if we've got general fighting CAB 3 and we've got other people fighting CAB 3, even if we don't like them, even if we don't trust them, let's hold hands to break CAB 3. And then we will look at other issues after the fact.
No, it's because the question was presented. That's why I answered to that question. It's because it was the question that was on the platform when I came. So I answered to that question because the brother who had spoken spoke about that. And Chennai spoke also about that. So it was just the topical thing that was there. The question is there. Someone even asked, who has chosen the general to be this? So I answered to that question. But the problem is, if I say something today and other people come to that realization 3 months later, right? Why were we not listening then? It's because at the time when we were speaking, someone also spoke and said, let's not worry about that. Let's deal with this now. And we do all that work and only to correct ourselves months later. Yet we also complain. Time is money.
Mercy, I think you're not hearing what Rutendo is saying. The Cape 3, that's what we are fighting for. We're
Okay.
not fighting to say Chiwenga has to be in the role. No, he's supporting Cape 3 to be out. And Rutendo is supporting Cape 3 is supposed to be out. And every citizen is supporting Kuti Cape 3 should be out. Then later on, after Cape 3 is
Normally
out,
when normally
no,
when
wait a minute. I'm just, you always interrupt
normally
when
when
someone is
these
talking.
bills
Ah,
Why do you do
are
that?
taken out, they take
Excuse me.
out the
Why do you do that
president
when
as
someone is
well.
talking and you want to
So you
interrupt? Why?
I'm saying to you, normally when these bills fail, what Rutendo is not telling you, they don't normally just fail the bill and we go back. They fail and remove a president. So the day you are able to remove the bill is the day you will be plunged into the question of who takes over. There's no country that has managed to stop a bill without swapping leadership. So those questions go hand in hand. You can't
Explain,
stop
no,
things.
can I respond? Can I
explain that.
respond to that, Mercy, I understand the thing will plunge. We're dealing with Cape 3. That's why I've brought to you every time, guys, that you guys, let's get prepared. Have some document as citizens. Us as citizens, we are in control now. You know what I'm saying? We have to correct this mistake as citizens. Let's have things in place so that we're in control. So that we're in control of this thing. That's why I've brought it several times. It seems like people don't get it and all that stuff. Let's have things in as citizens. We're now in front. We know the mistakes which have been done. Let's get ready and have our things ready for that. These are our needs for as citizens. You know what I'm saying? Let's be positive, all of us. It doesn't matter who's, but we're trying to stop this Cape 3. And I've brought this thing several times, guys. Citizens, let's have things ready, not to go muka mangwana, don't go to 2 feet. No, let's have things ready for us as citizens. We know those mistakes have been done several times, and there's always a first time. You'll be surprised Zimbabwe will be the first time to fix this thing. Let's be prepared as citizens. And we cannot come here and destroy each other. We are united as citizens. Guys, let's have things, let's unite, let's have our things in place and everything in place when this thing grows up and everything. That's all I'm asking. This criticizing, we agree that we're citizens, and a leader can be raised it doesn't have to be somebody else. A leader can be raised in the power right here. Let's be united, guys. Let's not damage each other. And we're trying to we are stopping Cape 3, and we will stop Cape 3. All I'm asking, guys, let's have things in place and ready as citizens. You know, Game Rawa, they've been playing for years. Now we know how to deal with it. Thank you.
With me, I've got a question to you. Do you do you even know what resisting is, or you just jumped on the bandwagon and you're catching up and you're playing politics with something that cannot be political? You see, that's where the problem is here. You're doing what desperate human beings do. It's human nature. You project that the road ahead is not long. We're about to get it. We're about to do it. Everything is falling in place. Yet there is nothing that was planted. We're going to get a good harvest. You know, the planting season, no one was there. On the ground breaking of the ground, no one was there. On the removing of the weeds from the ground, clearing the ground, no one was there. But we're going to get a good harvest. That works for desperate people. But unfortunately, it becomes counter to whatever you want to do. because the opponent you are playing around with is an oppressor, and it does not move with propaganda. It does not eat its own propaganda. It relies on information, true information, for it to turn around and counter. When ED turned around and first put in a so and so for ED, so and so for ED, he understood the information he got was that his party could not sustain him. So he needed to create entities outside to sustain him, bring them in as affiliates, and then push in. He done this, the seeds. He done the groundbreaking. And what you see is his work and his team. That's what you see. You can lie to yourself and tell yourself that this is not going to stop. That's a lie. Because there's nothing